Well, hello and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. Glad to have you here, whether you're a first timer, long timer, cross watcher. Everybody, welcome to this somewhat unusual tarot read. Unusual from the standpoint there's no predicting. What I do is focus on your ability to manifest. You know what you want to manifest already. The question is, how do you get there? From here to there. There's the question. And so every day I do a reading where we focus on a single frequency. I call it a frequency key that unlocks the door to your manifestation. And so we begin right here with the Hyper Shuffle. Here is today's Tao Manifesting Tarot spread. Let us get to it. Oh, by the way, before I begin, today is the day that Mercury goes direct. Don't think that you're going to see things change on this day. Everything's going to kind of spin. There will be a little bit of that action. But we're heading into the shadow period, of course. So that could be up to another 2 weeks before we're fully clear. That's not the point. The point is Mercury is now moving direct. Saturn is getting ready to move retrograde. There's a switch, a change in energies. Give it till the weekend, maybe even a little bit longer before you start to make permanent decisions. Alrighty, so let's get to your manifesting. The key frequency for today that helps you unlock your manifesting capabilities is higher power. Very, very strong. Higher power. How does that fit into your manifestation? Well, if first account, you might go, well, you have to believe in a higher power. You have to have the faith to step forward towards your manifesting. But remember, that also means that maybe you get some help from higher power. Because right now, you're feeling kind of left out. You're feeling kind of orphaned, huh? Five of Pentacles. Now, in the original tarot deck, Rider-Waite deck, these people are walking past a church. They could go in, but they prefer to stay out in the cold away from. And I take this always to indicate these people are making a choice. They could go into the shelter, but they would have to adapt to and adopt the pentacles or the values of somebody else. Remember, pentacles are values. What do you value? If it's just money, too bad, you're poor. I don't care how much you have. But values are things like love, affection, kindness, health, milk, chocolate, whatever it is. Whatever are your values. And they're choosing to walk away from other people's values, stay out in the cold, so to speak, until they find a place that values them, until they find a place where the values of the place meet with their own personal values. They're choosing not to join up just to fit in. And that's very important because when we're talking about a higher power, here's the hand of God, in essence, offering the ultimate pentacle, the Ace of Pentacles. And what could that possibly be? How about self-worth? Because remember, whatever you feel about you materializes in your life. So if you are trying to manifest, what are you going to manifest if you don't value yourself, if you don't have a good self-worth? And that, frankly, I think goes back both as pentacles, but goes back to this idea. These people are choosing self-worth. They're not allowing the rest of the world to determine what their value is. And so they are accepting the Ace of Pentacles. And they're doing it on faith. Here's my favorite card. Well, next to the Sun. The Fool. The Fool is not such a fool. He may appear that way to people who are just simply observing, but this is the ultimate act of faith. Surrendering to that higher power and saying, I'm not going to be an idiot, but I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe, and I'm going to step forward. Because remember, faith only matters when you do the stuff the actions that back up your faith. Faith is empty until the action follows. So what do we have? A choice between two things that we're familiar with. We could say love because of cups. Could be another person. Yeah, that's possible. I don't think so. I think it's a question of you deciding, here are two things I'm comfortable with, two things I know, because very often what we're comfortable with, what we're used to, we say we love, and that's not true most of the time. But here they are making a choice, because that's what the Two of Cups has been all about, choice. Between two things that they are attracted to or familiar with. And it has to do with self-love. It has to do with self-appreciation. And what do we have in the bottom row again? Two of Cups. When you get two cards like that in the same deal, so to speak, that's significant. But when you have them back to back, the last card in the upper row, the first card in the bottom row, that tells you a lot. You must make a choice between two things, maybe two people, that you are comfortable with and that you know. That decision will be vital. That decision will be essential. And it all has to do with your own self-worth. Remember, the pages, and this is the Page of Pentacles, the pages change the storyline. You must choose what is valuable to you. That goes back to the Ace of Pentacles right behind my finger. You can see the Ace of Pentacles right there. That's what this whole thing is about. It's trusting the higher power once you decide what is important to you. And we have a lot of pentacles here, and pentacles for me are always value and very often self-value. And so what are we dealing with at this point? We're dealing with the Five of Pentacles. Again, this gets repeated. It's a kind of poverty. It's hopelessness. It's uncertainty. It was like what we had in the upper row. Again, Five of Pentacles, repeated. Stepping away from other people's values, from societal values, finding your own. And again, it has to do with the idea of self-worth. What is important to you? Why is it important? And are you willing to stand up for it like the Fool? Okay, go in faith. And the final card at this point for another pentacle. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. You're willing to work hard on developing, strengthening, establishing even your own sense of self-worth. You realize how vitally critical it is. You cannot allow yourself any longer to let society, to let the people around you determine what your self-worth is all about. Don't have them put a price tag on you. It's no good. And the final card, vice versa, is going forward. Yes. It's the High Priestess. The High Priestess, well, intuition, higher powers, wisdom, the subconscious mind, healing, potential. That's the one word I would use for the Empress and the High Priestess. Those kind of women figures, but especially here in this case with the Empress. Pregnant with possibilities, and you see the stars are on her side. That higher power. You have the capacity to move forward, but you have to determine for yourself what is valuable. What values do you need to walk away from that society has handed you, and what values do you need to establish for your own identity? You must, like the Fool, have faith, and you have to trust in the higher power. And with Mercury moving forward today, Saturn moving retrograde, that combination of energy says that you have to walk it like you talk it. Can you do it? Have faith, belief in the higher power. You can do this. There's no question about it. Thumbs up for the folks at YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share as always. Tomorrow we come back with another Manifestation Tarot reading. I do a brand new reading every day, 365 days a year. I hope you're with me. If you're not, the message is always the same. Between now and the next time you and I have a chance to manifest tarot together, and I look forward to it, peace and blessings.